Switch the music on. What do you think this is, the funeral?
Yo, what's the damn deal? Welcome back to another episode of the Last Episode Podcast. Now, on the Last Episode Podcast, we don't just talk about TV shows. We talk about movies. And I just saw Venom yesterday. So now we got to do a little reaction video, okay? Talk about what we thought about the old Venom. Now, let's go ahead and just jump right. Oh, first, don't forget, guys, if you end up liking the video, don't forget to hit the like button and subscribe to your boy so you don't miss future videos that are going to continue to come as we get more content. You know what I'm saying? As we get more stuff to react to and to be excited for. Well, we're going to be here talking about it. So, don't forget to do that. So yeah, let's go ahead and jump right into Venom. We have a few points that I want to hit on here. A few things I want to discuss. Number one, how was Eddie Brock? Well, I like Tom Hardy a lot. If you've seen Tom Hardy playing different roles, the roles are always like super different from each other. His Bane, way different from his Alfie, way different from his Eddie Brock. If you don't know who Alfie is, then you haven't seen the Peaky Blinders on Netflix, and you should, because it's a phenomenal show. Now, his Eddie Brock is interesting. I just watched Spider-Man 3 with the Tobey Maguire one, right? A couple of weeks ago. So way different from that Eddie Brock. So much more interesting of a character. The last one was super bland and just kind of an annoying, whiny person that I just didn't really like. I just really didn't like him. This Eddie Brock is more interesting and he adds more depth. Of course, they put more into him because the movie's actually about him. But, it's still, as a side character, he could have been better in the Spider-Man 3. In this one, he definitely has more depth. He's more complicated. He's, self-deprecating. He's funny, and this one, he was a little bit more frustrated. They certainly on it. Him and Venom frustrated with their relationship. Sounds weird framing it like that, but it is what it is, right? Now, I'm not cool with, Eddie restricting Venom from eating heads. I want to see him eat heads. I know that sounds kind of dark, but hey, man, I feel like he deserves to eat some bad guy heads if y'all gonna be running together. You told him at the end of the last movie that you were gonna let him eat the heads of bad guys. Let him do it. I understand you're worried about optics, right? But nobody knows that it's you. Nobody knows that it's you. So, let him do his thing, man. Nobody but Ann knows, and Ann seems to be just kind of all in on Venom, right? So, which is odd and interesting, but she doesn't want to be with Eddie, which is a thing that I appreciate actually. Now, is it because the movie is PG-13, and so you don't want, even though you let him eat the occasional head, you just don't want him running around eating a bunch of heads all the time? Is that a little too much? I don't know, but the movie should have been rated R. I think there's a lot of people that feel like the movie should have been rated R, and that way you can take the cuffs off. Venom is a movie that should be rated R. Deadpool should be rated R. Black Widow should have been rated R. The Moon Knight TV show, those TV shows should have an R rating. She-Hulk, and of course Blade. Those are some, titles that I think MCU should just do an R rating. And I know Venom and the MCU is not, set in stone, and I know it's a lot of Sony, whatever, but, regardless, it should be rated R. Um, that'll be more entertaining for me as a viewer. And I think for the rest of us, uh, you don't have to make it super, super crazy to where children can't watch it at all, because I know that's still a part of the audience. But, there's so many adults, overwhelmingly a lot of adults who watch these movies. Now, Cletus Cassidy in Carnage. Um, strange. Cletus was strange and dark, and but he's a serial killer. He's been locked up since he was a kid, so I understand why he's that way, and that's the thing, right? That whole feel with him being that strange and dark lends itself more to an R-rated movie. If you would have done that, I think it would have improved the movie. Not that I didn't enjoy it, because I did, but it's like it could have been better still if you would have done that. Carnage was very pleasing to my eyes. Oh, the transformations to the CGI and the special effects nowadays, they've improved so much, so much, man. Watching these dudes transform now, we don't have to, watch you walk behind a building and then you just show a shadow of a figure transforming into something different, or just cut the way the camera completely, or some shit like that. We get to see the whole transformation, and it's like seamless. Even the shit with being like poking their head out, their human head out from their symbiote, so they can just kind of talk to you as themselves. Like, all that shit is amazing. I love it. Um, so yeah, I thought Carnage. It was crazy. He was wild. He was reckless. Um, Tentacles were kind of crazy, and the way that he would use them was unsettling, and I think that's what they were kind of going for. Uh, nailed it, nailed it. He's just kind of talking about characters here, Anne and Doctor Dan, right? Doctor Dan Lewis. Funny inclusions, especially with Dan. Now, I said that I'm happy about Tom not getting Anne, right? Because, like, let's be honest, you have a symbiote living inside you. Okay, it's weird, and no sensible woman probably wants to deal with that, right? And we're so used to the guy getting the girl and all that. This veers away from that. The guy's not getting the girl, because what type of fucking girl will want that, Shriek, unless you're Shriek, who's also off her rocker, locked up since she was a kid, bag shit crazy. A cool and interesting character that we had in the movie. And I was just wondering when like the facility that they took her to. It's almost like their own version of Arkham, or some shit like that. Take her to a place where there's others like her, and she's locked up, and there's medical personnel, and they're assholes, and they probably experiment on you and all types of crazy crap. I would like to know where Shriek learned to drive, since she was locked up all that time. When Cletus busts her out, and they hop in the '66 car, whatever, the convertible, and she just kind of whips that motherfucker like she been driving next to Vin Diesel for years. Like, she's been, as far as we know, locked up her whole life. I don't know exactly what age she was in the beginning, but I don't know where she got her license at. When she learned to drive, that was a little wild to me, but that's something that I can forgive. That's small, right? Small little detail that I can forgive. But I did wonder. I did think about that. The action scenes in general. The action scenes were great. They were because they were chaos, right? And that's exactly what it is. It's carnage, right? It's chaos. It's just wild sequences that you expect from a symbiote creature that can shoot tentacles and blades and craft its own weapons and just destroy shit. So they did a great job on that. Now, what's funny is that I always think about um, the bad guys, right? Bad guys in movies and shows. They're always they're always so much more equipped than the good guys, right? In one way or another. And that's what makes it fun for the hero to have to overcome an obstacle. It wouldn't be it wouldn't be cool or fun if the good guy had everything, all the abilities, all the power over all the bad guys, right? But it's just hilarious to me though. But think about how big a bad guys usually are compared to the hero, or if not big, how superior technologically or something like that. Like think about Spider-Man to Venom, how Spider-Man's more slight and Venom's this big hulking figure. Think about Venom to Carnage and how Venom doesn't really do much in terms of crafting weaponry and stuff like that, at least in the movies. But Carnage, he has a whole arsenal at his disposal. Think about even if you watch Star Wars and the Jedi, how the dark side they can like shoot lightning and force choke people, and usually you just see the Jedi's, regular Jedi's, they might push you or pull you or something like that, but they don't have those type of abilities, right? Think about Star Trek. If you watch Star Trek and how anytime the Enterprises or somebody runs into an enemy, their ship is way bigger than the Enterprise's ship. Way bigger. Those ships will dwarf the Enterprise like 9 times out of 10, probably 10 times out of 10. I don't think I can actually recall a ship that was smaller than the Enterprise when they ran into trouble. It's always like massive, and it's a problem, and it's hilarious. So they all have to go through that. Mm. Now, just so you know, if you're a football fan, go Eagles. Even though we just lost last week, but that's neither here nor there. Um, am I satisfied with the beef that Cletus had with Eddie? Yes, I actually think that that was very well done. Right? He's a reporter. He's the one writing the stories. It's not like it's something that we've never seen before either in shows or movies or whatever, right? The murderer behind bars who's getting stories written about him. He likes them. He doesn't like them. Either way, he wants to talk to the reporter who's writing these stories about him or her, and then he ends up losing his leverage and trying to fight his battle because Eddie Brock and Venom were able to figure out where he was hiding all the bodies. Uh, so he's pissed. Right, right. I was gonna say rightfully so, but you're a murderer. You're a serial killer, right? You should really be, but the fact that you're a serial killer means that you're nonsensical. Um, so whatever. It's a legit beef as far as a serial killer is concerned. You fucked up everything. Okay? So I understand that. So I thought that was really well done. And gave a legit reason. It's not some arbitrary reason like or some okay, who we think Aquaman in the Aquaman movie, right? The examples of that's it's just one example. Oh, you killed my dad, right? So now I hate you. Or you didn't kill my dad. He kind of got himself in that situation, but you didn't help him when you could have, and he died. So now I hate you. Well, your dad is a criminal. You and your dad are criminals. You attacked me. I was going to let you go, even. Um, and you decided to attack me again, and because of that, you cause yourself, you know what I'm saying? You put yourself in a position to die. And now your son wants to come after me. You don't come after me for that. It's my fault. That shit is nonsensical to me. Okay, like I can just kind of flow with it just to get a movie going or something. But the bad guys who are doing things wrong and something happens to them because they were breaking the law, murdering people, robbing people, or whatever, and now you have a beef with the superhero for stopping you. Stop it, okay? Look in the mirror. Okay, have some self awareness. Anyway, so yes, this one I thought was well done. It was a solid beef. Though I'm not happy with them having Venom bite Cletus's head off at the end. It was a funny part. It was it was a funny part. I'll just say that. But I mean, you just take away the ability to bring him back, right? You can't have his head come back after you bite it off. I like Carnage, and I would like to see more of Carnage in future movies. But you just got rid of him. You eat the Venom, the Carnage creature or whatever, and then you bite off Cletus's head. Doesn't really leave room for you to bring Carnage back in any capacity. Even if you just have Cletus and he's locked up again, and I don't know, he just has a small role to play. You know, we don't get any more Carnage anymore after that. So I just didn't like closing the door on that character completely with that. Um, all in all, I'd give the movie. What we do was we're gonna start doing antennas as our rating systems. So we'll give them 7 out of 10 antennas. Okay, 7 out of 10 for the movie Venom: Let There Be Carnage. Do I think it was better than the first one? Hmm. Do I think it was better than the first one? I don't know. I'd have to watch the first one again. I'll watch the first one again because I don't want to lie to you. I don't want to be flying off the seat of my pants or whatever that fucking saying is. So I'm gonna watch Venom again sometime soon, and then I'll make a decision on whether I like one or two better. And I'll let you guys know real quick before I get out of here the what if episodes that have been coming out lately too. They've been on a roll. Um, though the Thor one it was interesting, but let's just do a quick ranking, okay, from bottom to top. Captain Carter is going to be the last one for me, all right? Then, if the world lost the Avengers, gonna be next. Then the Thor one, okay? Then the Zombie Land one. Then we'll do the T'Challa Star Lord one. And Doctor Strange losing his heart. The Ultron winning. And then Killmonger being at the top. That's still number one to me. That episode was just crazy and interesting. The plan was wild and the execution was grand. It was just that and the Ultron one. I would watch movies, whole TV series. If you just wanted to frame it around those stories, I would watch those. Those were phenomenally done. So yeah, those would be my top three. Then in that sense, Killmonger, Ultron winning, and the Doctor Strange losing his heart. Those are my three favorites thus far. Let me know which what if episodes are your favorite so far. Give me your top three in the comment section below. Let me know what you thought about Venom: Let There Be Carnage. If you agree with my takes, if you don't agree with my takes, if you have something else you wanted to talk about the movie, then holla at your boy. And like I said, don't forget to subscribe and like. Alright? Now, you know how we do.
Sun's getting real low.
And we out.